Okay, let's just start off with a word of prayer before we get into this, okay? Father, as we have gathered here from many places around this country and in other countries, Father, we are thankful for technology to allow us to gather in this forum this day. May this meeting be a meeting of opportunity to use this ministry in a way that would bring one thing, and that's glory to your name. May you guide us through these minutes that lie ahead as we do the business of ministry in this fashion. We ask this now in your gracious name. Amen. I think everybody received the agenda on from Jenny. I mean, I think she said to me the other day, which I mean, my inbox is filled with everything from Jenny. I keep thinking to myself, hey, eventually I can delete all these and get them out of my way. But so we'll officially call this meeting to order. We know we've established a quorum. And many of you know who you're voting for, I guess, as things come to that point. So at this point, I'll let Jenny kind of go down through some of these things here, the state of tech. I'll let her just talk about that for a second, and then I can join in from there, where we're at.
Jenny, before you start that, I need to tell you that Teresa has asked me to be her proxy since she cannot. So just so you know, I'll have 2 votes instead of 1.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
And then you can mute back your screen.
Yes.
Okay, each year we have a bit of attrition where, you know, we lose a few members, we gain a few members. We've actually gained 5 members since the beginning of the year, which is just amazing. We did lose quite a few members. What we lost were individual members. And sometimes they move on, sometimes they are various different reasons that they are no longer involved in tech. So we currently have 74 organization members, which is the same thing we had last year, and 23 members, which is actually 5 less than we had last year. But I think that we'll be moving in the right direction and getting more new members as, you know, as you get the word out. Our primary means of promoting tech is through word of mouth, and as tech ministers to your organization through the network that's been created here, and you share that with your partners, then that increases the resources available to everyone as new folks come in with various different talents and resources and opportunities that each of the new members bring to tech as they come in. And it's just been exciting to see the new partnerships that are forming with the new folks. And some of you old folks that have been around so long, you're like family. It's great to welcome new people to the family. So that's where we're at right now with our, we've got, this number might be off. I think we actually have 99 members. So I think I'm 2 numbers off on this, and 1 full-time paid staff, and you're looking at her. We did lose 4 corporate sponsors in 2020 due to the uncertainty with the pandemic, and we did not recover those corporate sponsors. And I think Jim Loeffler might address that when he presents the budget on what that looks like as far as our operating funds go. So that's where we're at right now. We are excited that we, after taking pretty much a full year off of no conferences last year, we did the week of workshops this week, and it was fantastic. I loved it, you know, and those who were able to participate in those we've just had a, you know, just glowing response for that. And if you didn't get to watch them live, the recordings are on the tech website. I've noticed some people are sharing them to Facebook. That's fantastic because the information was good and very helpful. So we did that. In November, we will do our first in-person conference that we've had since 2019. So I'm excited about that. So that's pretty much where we're at on the state of tech. Does anyone have any particular questions that they want to know about where we're at right now? Okay. 2 weeks ago, we did our first ever electronic. Am I supposed to keep going, Rick, to the next item? The election? Okay. Okay, 2 weeks ago, we had our first ever electronic election. And I gave everyone 7 days to vote. We needed to have a quorum in order to declare that an actual election. Took a little bit of begging. As Rick King said, I'm sure your inbox was full of emails from me during that time, trying to get the 42 votes we needed in order for that to be an election. We did get the 42 people voting, and the results of that are listed on your agenda. If you didn't print it out, at the end of the election, the 6 board positions will be filled by Laura Berry, she's with Blessing International, Rick King with Chosen, Jim Loeffler with Cure International, Jim Moore, who's an individual member formerly with Samaritan's Purse, Teresa Schroeder with In His Service, and Dr. Trina Weiskup with iTech. So we are real excited. 2 of these folks have never served on the tech board before. Teresa Schroeder served on the tech board 10 years ago, maybe. So we're excited to have her back, and we're very excited to have Laura and Trina join the board just to get some fresh ideas and some fresh blood, as they say. So we're excited about that. So the board will meet soon to appoint officers. That's done within the board, not within the membership. But your new board will consist of these 6 people, plus Dennis McCutcheon, Marcia Skelton, Thant McManus, Charlene Gilbert, Rick Wood, and Barbara Campbell. Did I leave anyone out, board members?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so we're excited. We'll have 12 people on the board. I think at this time we did vote. This is the results of the vote, and I think, Rick, we now need a motion to accept this as the, Jim Loeffler just went to the beach.
Yeah, just so it's on record that this happened. So yeah, we just need a motion that we accept this coming from the, well, we don't really have a committee that did it. We just have you. But a motion to accept.
Someone who is not a board member, please make a motion to accept this.
There we go.
I think Michael did.
Okay, I'm not seeing any of that, so.
Michael did it. Danny raised his to second it.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Mendonça, I did the motion.
Danny seconded it.
Thank you. And then all in favor, wave your hand. Let me switch here. Let me do this. Then I can.
You've got an unanimous hand wave, so you're good.
Okay, good. All right. That's it for me.
Yeah, we'll move on to the fun part that everybody loves to hear, the financial report from Jim Loeffler.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Jim Loeffler. If you ever see a reference to North, that's me. We've got a Jim North and a Jim South, Jim Moore. So she uses North a lot. Welcome to our annual business meeting. Thank you for coming. I don't mind being the bad cop occasionally. You'll notice I went proxy fishing yesterday to make sure we got enough proxies. And we did. We got a bunch of movement after I went fishing. So in this case, it was successful. So we know you guys trust us, and it's a wonderful thing. But sometimes we just have to be official to make sure everything's all up and up. So that's why we went fishing. And I'll do that occasionally for voting and that kind of thing as well. So yes, I'm the treasurer. I've been on the board for quite a few years. I was off for a bit and I was on for a bit. I was at International Aid and now Cure. I've been doing this for 21 years now, almost 22 years. So I kind of know what's going on with tech, and I just want to share the budget with you. Please open or look at your, oh, Jenny, can you host it, please? Because I can't.
Can I
Can you-
post it?
Well, you want to screen share or just everybody look at it? I don't know if everybody's got it in front of them. I know you gave,
Let me see
I
if
know
I
you
can,
gave it to everybody.
I know. Let me see if I can figure that out.
Bad cop again. And I'm in Michigan. I'm not really on the beach, but there's lots of Michigan that looks like this, folks. Come up and visit. West Michigan is beautiful. So anyway, we're going through the approved board. Jenny sent out a new budget that had comparisons to last year and this year, also with some up-to-date information. And I'm just going to briefly go through it for you. You'll notice that our total budget this year is planned to be down from last year just because of the COVID thing, and we're being conservative. Excuse me. You notice that our total income right now is about, it's 70%, 73%. Right now, we've got our income for the year. Some of the majority missing is from the fall conference. So that's why we don't have as much income there on the total income line. Expenses, we're doing very well for expenses, as everybody else is with their budget for COVID. A lot of our organizations, the travel went down, and you don't realize how much you really burn up in expense when you cancel travel. So that really helps a lot. As far as expense wise, we are 26.5% of what our total budget is. So that's 1/4 is 25%. So we're right on track so far for our budgets. Let's see. Total income, we plan to be 82,000. Total expenses. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. 2021, total program income is only 64,150. Our total program expenses, we plan for 64,404. And that puts us right at about zero. It's minus $254. So that's, you'll notice each year we've come up ahead a bit. So we expect to go above this a little bit, and that's zero. So, yeah. Belinda, can you mute, please? Okay. Are there any questions on the budget? It's a very simple budget. We don't have a lot of expenses. Are there any questions on the budget? I mean, at all? Obviously, most of our budget comes from membership dues and sponsorship fees, whether it's a for-profit company or an NGO mission friendship. So
I've got one question. You got a second?
okay.
It's about corporate sponsorship. That
Okay.
Being a little bit new to all this, how do we go about soliciting additional corporate sponsors? Does Tech have some kind of documentation that could be presented? I'm thinking about some of the organizations that we might be connected with. Is there anything that I could give out that might help promote that and help grow that area of our budget?
Actually, Jenny is our expert on the corporate sponsorship. But yes, we can back you up and get you something. It is and it's cheap. It's relatively inexpensive to be a sponsor, and they are very important to our organization. Jenny?
Belinda, can you please mute your microphone?
Sorry.
Yeah, Barry, our corporate sponsors, the ones that we currently have and the 4 that we lost, those were brought to TEC by primarily through our board members. I'm not sure that any of them came directly through the membership, although we would love that. And these are businesses, corporations that are for-profit businesses that offer a product or a service that we think is beneficial to TEC. Hence, Gallagher Insurance is a tremendous, asset for you folks to have. Midmark is great with the products they provide, and West CMR. I don't know how many of you are using West CMR, but that's a great resource for you who have medical equipment and items that you're unable to use on the mission field that they are able to purchase from you, and then you can take that money, invest it into your ministry. And Batteray, they produce a battery operated x-ray system that is remarkable on the field. I know Samaritan's Purse uses an abundance of the Batteray portable x-rays, and these are our current corporate sponsors, and like I said, their products and services are exceptional, so we highly recommend them to you. They pay a fee to be a sponsor, and it's renewed annually, and in exchange for that fee, we promote them, we promote their products and their services. And I do have a sponsor agreement that lists what the benefits are for sponsorship. It's also available on the TEC website that anyone could click on and take a look at if you want to go there. And I think it includes what those fees are. There's 2 different fees. So that's how we get our sponsorship or our TEC sponsors. If you know of a company, matter of fact, at one time we had 3 shipping companies that were TEC sponsors, and so the TEC members could go between those 3 or go rogue out on their own when needing to move a container from here to there. And we currently have none. So, that's kind of a hole we would love to have, but if any of you know of a particular business that provides a product or a service that would benefit TEC, we would gladly promote them to you in exchange for that sponsorship fee. So that's kind of how it works. The other, I think Jim mentioned, North talked about the ministry partners. Those are one of our sources of funding, is the sponsorships and ministry partners. Ministry partners are you folks that have larger ministries that really benefit from the network of TEC. I won't say you benefit more than any of the others, because I think all of the TEC members, each one is unique, and each one brings to the table something unique and also receives from TEC something unique. But some of our bigger ministries are in a financial position to just really help TEC out. We're technically one of the little guys, big organization with little bitty staff that has financial needs. And a ministry partner is an organization that is able to pay, in addition to their membership fee, they're able to pay an additional $1,000 per year to become a ministry partner. You'll notice they're listed at the bottom of every email I send out, are our ministry partners. Currently, our ministry partners are Samaritan's Purse, Chosen, Howard's Heart, Crosslink Memphis, and University Bible Fellowship. Not looking at me. I hope I didn't leave anyone out. Did I leave anyone out? I think it's those 5 are our current ministry partners. So that's another way that your ministry can help support this ministry, is by becoming a ministry partner. That information is also available on the TEC website. So
Awesome.
I'm muting.
Thanks, Jenny. Bill, awesome question, and that just helps us get more involved with the organization itself. TEC is wonderful. And you notice one last, pardon me?
That's Barry sitting in Bill's chair.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Hey, I'm just.
No problem. We share an account. It's cool.
Okay. And I wanted to add again, the fall conference, you'll notice, is a major source of income for us. So, $8,000 on a $60,000 budget is quite a bit. So we look forward to having a good turnout for that. So Are there any other questions on our approved? This has already been approved by the board. And so now we are getting it approved by, the membership. Are there any other questions? Okay. Rick, I don't know if I'm supposed to ask for the motion or you are.
I can do it. So
Okay.
do we have a motion to accept this financial report?
So moved.
Who said that?
Barry, also known as Bill.
And do we have a second?
David?
David? All right, those, any other further discussion, any questions? If there isn't, then if you're all in favor, wave your hands. If you're not in favor, unmute yourself and say it. All right. I guess just to follow up, the next tech conference is November 11th, 2021, this fall. So put that on your calendar, and hopefully we'll keep moving forward in this country.
Belinda, please mute your microphone.
So just put that on your calendars, and hopefully we can have a good turnout for that. At this point, is there anybody have any questions, anything they'd like to be brought up, or anything at this point where we gather as the membership? All right, seeing nothing then, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Charlene? And I suppose, if I said it, just signify by signing off, but that would be really maybe a mass exodus really quick, but.
Yeah, and I want to give people the opportunity to share a little bit. I had indicated that at the conclusion of this. So.
Right, so all those in favor of closing out the annual meeting, wave your hands, please. All right, it's official. The meeting's over. If you need to go, feel welcome to go ahead and click yourself off. If you want to hang out and let people share a little bit about each what they're doing a little bit, feel free to do that too. It's an open forum for a little while that way. Jenny, I would just say this, that I wouldn't wait long for the board to meet to elect the officers. So don't give it too many days in between there to make that happen. All right, so we just stay right with the bylaws. All right.
Hey, Rick, can I jump in for a second before you close? I want to give a shout out to all those folks that did a workshop this week. I don't know how many of you were able to participate with our Zoom workshops. We had some of the best workshops that we've had in years in our tech meetings. So they were great. I want to thank everyone that spoke, a broad variety of subjects, and they were just a good 1 hour intensive information that I'd like to hear them again when we have a fall conference so we can be sitting in and ask questions. So thank you to those of you that participated.
Yep, I agree. They were just fantastic. So now I do want to just open it up and give you an opportunity. We'll try to get some kind of order to it. So I'm going to actually go through this list and call your name. And if you would like to share with us and just spend a minute telling us who you are. I know we've got some new folks here that we haven't met before. We've got some of our new members are tuning in, some of you old folks. And so I'm just going to go through the list. And if I call your name and you would like to share with us for a minute, unmute your microphone and start talking. So we'll do it that way. Let me turn it, Jim, that means you're not muted. All right, so I'm going to start with ABWE, and I know that Jody left. So is anyone here from Agape Interfaith Ministries? Okay. Anyone here from Bayside Medical Missions? No. Laura Berry, would you like to share a little bit about Blessings International? Am I?
Hey, everybody. It's nice to see you all. Laura Berry, Blessings International. Just wanted to share that since we have folks that still want to go, but they can't go just due to COVID, just please keep us in mind if you all need anything directly shipped to the country in need. We're doing a lot of direct exports in light of folks not being able to travel, obviously in light of COVID. So if we can assist and serve you all in any way, just reach out to me. Be happy to take care of it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time.
And Laura is one of our newest board members, so we're excited to have her on the board. Anyone here from Buckner International? Zach, would you like to share on behalf of Build Health International? George, are you here from Changing Lives? Okay, Rick King, are you still here? All right, AJ, would you like to share a little bit about CrossLink?
Sure. I'm AJ Comer with CrossLink Memphis, and we help provide medical supplies, donated reading glasses, and low-cost pharmaceuticals to medical mission teams who are serving within the United States and overseas. So if you ever have a need or can't find something, we'd love to try and help you out.
Thank you, AJ. Barbara, are you here from Dalton Foundation? Oh, okay. All right, Jim Loeffler, North, you want to share about Cure International? Okay. And Keith Jones, would you like to talk about Equipping the Saints? Okay, Fant, would you like to tell us what E3 Catalyst is up to? All right, Barry or Bill,
Yeah,
you want to talk about
Yeah.
FAME?
I can really quickly. FAME, we help with supplying mission partners with equipment, supplies that are donated here and distribute those out shipping wise, as well as we help with funding of capital projects and then human resources of sending students to med school in country to work at mission partner organizations, as well as mobilizing domestic teams in order to bring training to those. And just real quick, what the last 12 months has looked like for us is that not travel a lot like everybody, but able to help with other projects. And our shipping has more than tripled in the last 12 months of what's coming in and out. My job has become really, really hectic. I'm about 6 months out on major shipments, even at this point. I had somebody call me last week and wanted me to help them get a container. And I said, are you ready for it in October? Because that's about how far deep we are currently on requests and such. So anyway, it's been a tremendous year, but hopefully we'll find ways to stay efficient and be able to move along and help people out. But that's kind of what's going on at FAME.
And you, being centrally located there in Indianapolis, you do some staging and shipping for other tech ministries too, don't you?
Correct.
Great,
Correct.
thank you. Cindy, would you like to share what George Vail Foundation has been doing?
Yeah. Hey, so good to see y'all. Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. I want to give a huge shout out to Tech. Rick King in particular helped us find a misplaced item. They didn't misplace it, long story, but hopefully some autoclave parts are on the way to Ghana after a couple of months of foolishness. And I want to just thank everybody because your organization is top notch. And I am so excited you're going to have a conference because Paul and I were talking about it. We actually probably were not even going to go to GMHC if you didn't have your conference. Just saying.
Well, nice. Thank you for saying that.
All right.
Yeah, the networking in tech is phenomenal. You need to use that tech
Unbelievable.
listserv. Get yourself out on the tech listserv so people know who you are, what you're doing, so that when you ask for something, they go, oh yeah, that's Dr. Cindy. She needs some stuff, and they'll jump on it. So you got to build those relationships. When we don't get to have face-to-face conferences, use that listserv to do it. So thanks for sharing, Cindy. Jeannie,
All
are
right,
you
thank
here? Would you
you.
like to tell us what Gleaning for the World is up to? Okay, and Belinda, I know, is at a graduation right now. So Ricardo is not new to tech, but back as a new tech member, so we're excited to have him. Ricardo, you want to tell us a little bit about Graceway?
Yes, thank you, Jenny. It's good to see you all. Many familiar faces, loved ones. Graceway is a very large, multi-ethnic, multicultural church in the Kansas City metro area. Graceway has a long tradition of working in the 1040 window with relationships and active frontline partnerships in about 56 places. And we're developing different kinds of ministries. And Jenny said Ricardo is not new to tech. And the reason is because Chosen, IMA, San Lucas, and multiple ministries that have been involved with tech, I have been involved with. And so we are doing short-term surgical medical mission trips to Iraq, Kurdistan, using our frontline partners. The first Christian evangelical church that has a legal permit, the first Christian nonprofit that has a permit from the government. We're using them as frontline partners to partner with the local Ministry of Health. And we're starting in September with a minimally invasive laparoscopic pediatric surgery mission trip. So this is one of the main reasons why Graceway connected with tech and all of you.
Thank you, Ricardo. Let's see, Megan, would you like to talk about Haitian Christian Outreach? Okay. Let's see, Todd, are you there from Hands of Hope? I think I see you there. Would you like to share, Todd, from Hands of Hope? Okay. Danny, are you still on the screen?
Yes.
You want to share about Harvest?
Yes, I want to share a miracle that happened to us in November. We were solicited to be part of a Denton program, sending food containers to Haiti. Feed My Starving Children provides containers that have 46,000 bags of rice on a 40-foot container. And the Denton program was going to pay for the shipping door to door. What a miracle. Well, as what happened, the consignee that I assigned the container to assured me that he had all the proper documentation, and that turned out to be not so. So the container arrived in December, went into storage, and was in Haiti for almost 2 months before I contacted the consignee and said, we got to do something. He said, look, I'm waiting for the Haitian government to approve my request, and things are terrible downtown Port-au-Prince and yada yada yada. We can't get down there. I can't get the approval. Short story, in March the fees for storage and rental on the container had exceeded $15,000. So there was no way that we could afford to do that, and so I decided to give the container up and hopefully assign it to another organization in Haiti, which they did. But only God could make this happen. As they were changing
the end user from Harvest to another organization, the person that was doing the paperwork put Harvest's name back on the container. As of this point, all the fees have been forgiven. The container will be delivered by the end of this month or the first of next month to the end user where it was originally supposed to go. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Praise God
for
for
that.
that.
Amen. All right.
Thanks for sharing.
Amen.
That's it.
Thank you, Danny. Let's see, Michael Mendonça.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Michael Mendonça, and the first thing I want to say is, if it wasn't for Jenny, I would not be involved in tech. And that I think the organization is so blessed to have you as an executive director, Jenny. It brings tears of joy to my eyes, and I look forward to seeing you every year. And you'll see me again this year. And actually, we're going to have a nice team of people with us, so we're
Good.
super excited. I'm with the Ellen for Hand Project. We provide a simple and functional prosthetic hand. We just hit 60,000 hands in 80 countries. We've given every one of these away for free. We have one part-time employee who works 10 hours a week, and she absolutely rocks. And it's the first time we've had an actual employee in our organization in 15 years. And last year, even with the pandemic, we shipped 4,500 hands to many different countries. And on a good year, we shipped 5,000 or 6,000. So with the pandemic, we still were able to do quite well. And we're looking at probably doing about 10,000 this year. So excited to be part of tech.
Let me tell you something else Michael has done that's just been such a blessing. We've had a couple tech members this year who have been trying to get items from here to there and just weren't sure, they were asking for, how can we get this shipped to where we needed to go? And Michael has said, well, you know what? We can take that item, put it in our box with 50 hands, 100 hands, 200 hands, and ship it with our stuff right to where you need it to go. There's a few, a little bit of paperwork that takes place with that, but he's been, through the shipping of the hands, which is a double blessing, is able to get these smaller hand carry type items to another location. It's just been really neat to see, again, the networking in tech, something that you would think would be totally unrelated could come together and just bless two different recipients on the other end. So that's been really neat to see that. So thanks, Michael, for your willingness.
Thank you, Jenny. And it's actually gone both ways too, where organizations have been shipping a container and they've allowed us to put 1 or 2 boxes of 25 or 50 hands in there too. So it's just gone both ways. Thank you to everybody.
Okay, Tony Haywood, would you like to share about Helping Hands Ministry? Okay, Dennis, you want to tell us a little bit about what's happening with HELPS?
Yes, thank you very much. HELPS is out of Asheville, North Carolina. There are other HELPS kind of ministries or names, so don't get them confused. We have multiple ministries around the world in India, Israel, Cambodia, South Africa, a lot of different places. Our specific part, Cindy's and mine, is here in Guatemala. We're working with healthcare needs for orphans in Guatemala, and we have a prison and gang emphasis in the ministry as well. It has been very interesting this past year and a half with COVID, trying to keep busy. But what we've seen in the stress of the time is that God has raised up leadership and has sort of pushed us to emphasize national emphasis in our ministries. So God's at work. We're confident that his hand is even in this mess. And it's good to hear some of the stories that come through our fellow tech members. We're very grateful.
Thank you, Dennis. I know Steve Hollingsworth is speaking at his stepfather's funeral. Are you here, Steve? Okay. Dr. Jeff, are you still with us? All right. Charlene, would you like to tell us a little bit about Howard's Heart?
Yes, there's been a whole different, there's several things that have become involved with. I'd say that our primary focus this year has been food for the hungry, not just here, but also internationally. We've been working. That's been a huge thing for us. And we have helped a lot of people here in the United States as well. When I see Dennis, hi Dennis. I would like to ask him while he's on the screen there, if you can, will you please send me some information about your neurosurgeon or contact me so we can talk or email or whatever.
Yes, thank you.
And I also want to say thanks to Dennis because of Dennis, we are truly a Matthew 25 ministry. I was not involved with prisons until I started working with Dennis. And so we've become involved with their prison ministry, and I'm so pleased about that. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of that, Dennis. The other thing is we work this year with Kids Around the World. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They also, too, Jenny, will put things in their containers to places they are going if you need something shipped. Jim Rosine is a wonderful human being, and you can contact him with Kids Around the World if you need help or if you're interested. My interest in that was I provided a playground for some children in Guinea. And then we found out that they had a school right in sight of the hospital. And of course, the sick kids can't play with the other kids, and the school was huge. And so I just went ahead and got 2 playgrounds. And so they installed them. And so now the children in Guinea have a place to play that's safe. So we did that this year. We have really stepped out of the box. I'm involved in something I never, ever thought I would ever do. But God's hand seems to be in it. And we are working with Fant actually and his warehouse, and we are getting ready to try to ship a container to Latane because the one at Samaritan's Purse has been delayed, and we are actually the architect, Jim and I are working on revision of their hospital at Latane, and they have asked us to be involved with that. But we have a bunch of things that they really need. Their surgery department is just down. And so we are going to go ahead and send a container ourselves because from SP will be delayed so long. And then of course, we are also getting ready to send a container to Mauritania with Fant's warehouse that he has recently become ownership of. So and this is with if you're in trepidation, you know that I'm stepping this way and trying to become involved. But I want God to use us while we're able to be used. I'm a firm believer that we are looking at last days, and I think that God wants us to be active. And I want to be working hard when He comes to get me. You know, I'm old as dirt now, but I'm still going. And I got up this morning, everything worked, and I said, thank you, Lord, I'm 76 and I'm able to still work. So that's kind of like my theory in life. You know, if I get up and everything works, it's a chance to do something for Jesus, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much what we have become involved in that's new. I would like to talk to you about something, Jenny. There's an issue that I need to talk to you about.
I'll talk to you when we're finished with this so we can get through all of these reports.
I have to leave at 11:45. My little dog had surgery and she got attacked by another dog. So that's another story. But I have to get her, I have to take her somewhere at noon.
All right. Okay.
But
let's see. Dr. Spen, Jonathan, would you like to talk to us about iTech?
Yes, good morning. I just want to quick thank Michael for a partner of ours in Liberia. Got some hands, very big deal for them to be able to outreach to these camps of people who were injured in the war. And so I want to thank Michael for helping him when he was back in the US get some of those prosthetic hands. So iTech, small ministry. Most people haven't heard of iTech, but heard of the End of the Spear, Nate Saint story. And that's kind of iTech came out of the ashes of that. Steve Saint was living among the Waodani, and they were asking for help for medical and dental. And they had the idea of, rather than people provide those services for them, that people could train them how to do those services for their people. So that's how iTech got started initially with medical and dental. Now it's kind of mushroomed into other things. We do some optometry, small engine repair, sharing the gospel through film, teaching people how to use an Android or iPad mini to capture film. And then also latest is agriculture, started in the last year. Obviously, like most of you, affected by COVID, not traveling as much, but we've had a team out in January, got a team in Ghana right now, and hopefully have a team going out in July. And so we do short-term training trips, take teams of volunteers, typically from the US, and go teach local believers in the local church various skills to help them do outreach. So that's yeah, kind of updated where we're at and what we're doing. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Pastor Biney. Pastor Biney is a new member. Would you like to tell us about your ministry?
Yes, thank you all. I really want to say thank you to Pastor Barry Reed. He introduced me to tech. I had called him looking for help, and he took time to educate me on what he does and also on tech, and strongly recommended that I join tech. I have been fascinated with the idea. I never knew such an organization existed, that people from different backgrounds and different ministerial focus would come together to do such wonderful work. I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa, so it touched my heart a lot to know that, you know, people are willing to invest in countries like mine for the sake of the gospel, to reach them with the salvation message. Pastor Reed, I can't thank you enough. I am grateful. I'm really, really, really grateful. I think my purpose here is to learn, is to get a lot of wisdom from you guys. I am looking to establish a hospital in Ghana. My final goal is to get it to Africa. When I mean Africa, I mean all the different countries in Africa, but I'm starting with Ghana. So I think I can use a lot of wisdom and direction from you guys. I don't know what else to say than I'm learning, and please teach me as much as you can.
You came to the right place. You keep coming back. You come to the conferences and stay tuned in, and you'll make some great connections here. So thanks for tuning in today.
Thank you again, Pastor Barry.
Yeah. Jason, would you like to tell us about Medical Missions Outreach, another new tech member?
Sure, it's my pleasure to meet you all, and so my executive officer had met you all at the GMHC conference a year or two ago, and so I'm glad to be part of you all now. Medical Missions Outreach takes short-term mission trips from the United States throughout the world, partnering with local churches to provide medical, dental, vision, and physical therapy services to share the gospel. And so my specific involvement is that we've been able to build an outpatient surgical center here in Honduras, where I'm at. I'm the medical director here, and then with the goal of eventually growing that to be a general medical clinic. And so I really look forward to getting to know you all and to partnering with you all.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Let's see, we've got Scott Donnelly, are you here? Okay. Scott Walters, are you still with us? Okay, Robin. Robin's checked out. Who's that? Robin Kraus is gone. David Buckland gone. Jim Moore, you want to give a Samaritan's Purse update? Yeah.
I found it. We've got a couple of major relief efforts going on in Ethiopia. 5 million people there need food. There's another one going on in India that's a health crisis. Pray for the ministry's outreach there. We just started I think Monty is right now in Liberia at the hospital there repairing some x-ray equipment. That's our first technical visit that we've been allowed to make since COVID. And I know all of us are dealing with the issues of getting people in countries where COVID is still a hot spot. Some of our biomeds haven't gotten their vaccines yet because they're young guys. So that's been we're having to jumble that around, but we're hoping to start back in operations fully and very soon. Lastly, I've got a really nice photometer that someone donated to me. If anybody doesn't know what that is, call me. It's yours. You'll just tell me you need it. It's a machine that automatically adjusts for eyeglass. You hold it up, you dial it like a scope, and then you read the numbers and it'll tell you what your prescription needs to be. So I've got that. I'll send it to you from my house. Lord bless you.
Thank you. Don Cummings, you still here? Owner?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Don Cummings with Sons of Consolation Ministries. We work with the elderly, imprisoned, impoverished, and disabled. So we basically with tech, what we do is we refurbish or repair all manner of durable medical equipment. So it doesn't matter what it is, anything from, crutches, hospital beds, electric wheelchairs, regular wheelchairs. And then we distribute that through local Christian clinics, churches, and we'll ship it internationally. We are most recently sent a shipment to Venezuela just 2 weeks ago, and we can provide that at no cost for anybody doing medical missions. If you pull a container up to our warehouse, we can fill up to a 40-foot container at a time, or we can do smaller amounts of specifically needed equipment, and we can give you anything that we have. We collect just about anything, we fix it to a like new condition, and then we hand it out to whoever wants it.
That's awesome.
Can you tell us your name again, please, and what organization you're with?
I'm Don Cummings, and I'm with Sons of Consolation Ministry.
Thank you, Don.
Yep.
They're in the tech directory, the pictorial directory that nobody uses but me, and they're on the tech website as well, so for contact information. Let's see, I think we're down to that good-looking guy in the corner. Rick Wood, do you want to tell us about Worldwide Biomed?
I didn't realize I was in the corner, but sure, briefly. Well, for some of you.
We didn't recognize you were good looking.
Welcome Jason, by the way, and already been chatting with him, but provide technical support to medical mission hospitals, clinics, and with surgery teams. Over the last year and a half, I've had 10 trips canceled that you all can relate to because of the travel restrictions and all the rest. Currently, Joe Lear and I are attempting to get our visas and everything else covered so that we can depart a week from today for Nigeria for a large project there. We'll be installing servicing equipment and training nationals, both the clinical staff and the technical staff. So we're excited about the training part of it that Jonathan has encouraged us with and helped us with, so we're moving into more of that, but the challenge has still been the travel. So we're hoping this many canceled trips will come to an end and we'll make it to Nigeria next week. So.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Tony, I see you're there. Tony, did you want to tell us about Helping Hands? Okay. Carol, are you here? Would you like to tell us about Worldwide Lab? All right. Is there anyone here who would like to share that didn't get to share?
Hey, Jenny, this is Teresa Schroeder.
Oh,
is my microphone on now?
Yes, it is.
I switched over to my cell phone. I think they say there was a saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So
This is
I
Tracy
went off my
Schroeder. She's
computer
with
to my
Team
cell
Service.
phone. Yes, yes. I want to thank you for TEC and for the opportunity to be able to serve. Really looking forward for a fruitful, productive time. Really excited about the November the 11th Fall TEC Conference coming up.
Did we lose you, Teresa?
Nope, I'm still here.
All right,
I
great.
just stopped with the TEC conference.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us this morning. That's going to conclude our morning. This entire session has been recorded. It will not be posted on the TEC website. But if you would like a link to this recording to review, who was here and what everyone is doing, you might want to listen to these brief agency reports we had. For those of you who have been to a TEC conference, you know that you will have the same opportunity at the conference on November 11th to stand in front of the entire group. And there's normally between 80 and 100 people there. And you will get to stand in front of the entire group and give them the same presentation you just did, only you get 3 minutes instead of 1. And we have some visuals. You'll send us some still photographs of your work that we put together on a PowerPoint that appears on a screen behind you as you're speaking, so that people can get a visual for what you do. We prepare that for you. It helps us stay within our time frame for that one-day conference. So really looking forward to that and seeing all of you face to face in person. Marcia, I see you are here. Did you want to share about Medical Supplies for Christ before we leave? You didn't get to a minute ago. You'll have to unmute. You'll need to, there you go.
Jenny,
Yes.
I just want to encourage all the new members and tell them that I believe we as Christians need to be sharing the gospel. And I think we all know that. But when you join TEC, you get tremendous amount of encouragement from other Christians. It has helped us to grow. And we are by far the smallest member of TEC, but we've been in TEC for over 20 years. And it's a fabulous organization. You will meet many, many wonderful people to work with. And God bless TEC. And I agree with the shout out to Jenny. It's wonderful. Oh, and Jim? Jim?
I think he's gone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think Jim's gone.
Oh, okay. I'll write Jim.
Okay. All right. Before we close out, anyone else want to say anything about their ministry? Okay. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you in November.